Good evening and welcome to Derek Acorahs page. I'm Veronica Jenkins and I'm your medium for this evening. I am using StreamYard tonight, so if you could give StreamYard approval for me to see your name, it would help everything go a lot more smoothly, because you just come up on as Facebook user if you haven't given StreamYard permission. I know my signal's a bit dodgy tonight for some reason. I've already dropped out once, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to drop out again. I'll start with a few hellos. We've got Roy Taylor, good evening, from Derbyshire. Yeah, I'm in Tamworth. Hi, Laura Grant from Canada. Nice to meet you. Valerie Harris, Cheryl Flint. If you just say hello in the comments, then I know you're here. And then if I'm drawn to you, because what I usually do is I'm drawn to a name. So make sure that rather than just sitting in the background, just put your name in the comments and then I'll know you're here. Okay. So Laura Merritt, good evening. And Sonia Lewis, James Moore, nice to have you on here. I hope you're all well. Hi, Laura. Anything for me? I'm not drawn to anybody yet, Laura. It doesn't mean that I won't be drawn to you later. Just saying hello to everybody first and getting a feel and tuning in. Okay. So hi, Valerie Harris from Nottingham. My sons are crossing Nottingham this afternoon. Hi, Sonia Lewis, Lauren Cadogan, James Moore, Helen Smith. Actually, Laura, if I could come to you, please. As I come to you, I'm being made aware of a lady coming close to me, and I feel that lady is quite slender in the build. Can I just check? My screen keeps freezing. Am I freezing for everybody else, or is the video okay? I put the blur on the background and it's been a bit funny since I did that, and I'm just wondering if I need to take the blur off. So let me know if I'm freezing for you, or is it just me? In fact, I'm going to take this background off. None. There we are. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. No, it's not. Okay, it was just for me. Don't worry. Right. Oh, where am I? Totally lost where I am. Let's go back a bit. Lauren, I'm with you. And this wonderful lady who's coming in. As she's coming in, she's quite reserved in herself as a person. She's making me aware that she was quite elderly when she passed. I feel and look as though she's in her 80s, perhaps going even into her 90s, because she's very lined, she's very frail, she's got white hair. She's making me aware that she would use, yes, Lauren Cadogan, sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. In fact, because I'm on StreamYard, I'll put your name up there and that'll remind me. Okay. She's making me aware that she would use a stick of some sort. And what she's actually showing me is a walking stick with a silver knobble thing on the end of it, rather than, you know, how there's usually a handle. It's just a round thing on the top. That's the one I'm actually drawn to. So whether she actually used it or had one, that's what she's showing me at the moment. And she's kind of taking this stick and just counting things out and pointing things out and trying to draw your attention to things that are happening in your life, because it's almost as though she's saying that you're letting life pass you by at times and you're not being present in the actual moment. And she's giving this, life goes too short, life goes too quickly, and she looked back on her life and just recognized how life had passed her by really, really quickly. She's making me aware that of the name Mary. I'm not saying that is necessarily her name, but you would understand Mary being a name that would link to this lady. And I feel much more to a grandparent or even great grandparent age here with you, and somebody that actually had quite a wicked sense of humor when you got to know her. I think when you first met her, she would be quite withdrawn and everything, and it would take a time to get to know her. But she'd have quite a wicked sense of humor there, and like to wind people up. And she's making me aware of the bold sweets as well that she'd have, and she'd have this packet of bowl of sweets that she would sort of offer people as they come in, and little cherry. She's talking about cherry. So whether there were there was little cherry chewy sweets as well. So, but would you understand why she's talking about cherry as well? Whether that's a name, Sherry, but cherry, I don't know. But this is something about cherry as well. Is this making sense for you, Lauren? Please let me know if it is. If it's not, oh, it is making sense. Good. Right, she's taking me to both January and November. In January, I want around the 24th of January as being a relevant date that you would, your auntie, okay. And 24th of January would link in with her, whether it was her birthday or passing. I don't feel it was a wedding anniversary. That doesn't feel like that, but you would understand that. And the date in November, it is a passing. It holds a lot of sorrow, especially for her in that date. So that's going to be one that you're going to have to look up and find out more about. Okay. And in November, I'm wanting around the 17th of November. Okay. So I want to pass in around her for the 17th of November, and she's given me the sense that she would have felt a lot of sorrow at that time. Okay. Oh, your son's anniversary of his death. Okay. I'm going to leave you with her love, but she's also saying about the love of your son, the day you had your funeral. It is still extremely painful, and I feel that this is why she's coming as a person apart, because I get pulled so far in with those kind of emotions. It can start to be difficult for me to work. Okay. So I feel that she's just wanting to reassure you your son is around you, and still got the laughter and that just life, a joy of life that when he was up, when he was absolutely buzzing, he would just pull people into him. And that's what he's doing in the spirit world. He's got everybody pulled in, and he's having a laugh. He's having a mess around. He must have loved going around on his bikes and causing absolute havoc on a bike. I get a push bike rather than a motorbike, where he would cause this havoc, and just a really lovely grin. Okay, so I'll leave you with his love and your auntie's love, and thank you so much for working with me, Lauren. Okay, I'm going to say a few more hellos. So if you said hello before, please say hello again, because I don't want to scroll backwards through all of those, and there's 43 people watching, and it's quite difficult to scroll back. So if you just start saying hello, then I'll know you're here, and then I'll see who I'm drawn to work. So there's Moira there, Sonia, Angela Atkins, Helen Smith, hi Janine Thomas, hello Nicola Green, Janine Jones, Moira Sutton, Marion McDonald, Jeanette Major. Oh, hi Christine Maris. I know Christy, well, only from the internet, haven't met her in person, bless her. Coraline, Karen, Kerry Bourne, Heather Yarborough, Sonia Lewis, Leslie Rowan, Shauna Foster. Shauna Foster. Okay, I want to come to you, my love. Shauna, I'm aware of a gentleman in spirit with you. Okay. He's very much making me aware. I forgot to bring a glass of water. I usually go through so much water, and I've forgotten to bring a glass of water. But there was problems with him swallowing towards the end of his life there, and he's making me aware of how upset he was through that passing. He didn't settle until right just before he passed, and he was upset. He was frightened. He didn't want to go, but then just before he passed, it's like he calmed, and he was, I feel at that point, spirit just brought this calmness over him, and his mum was on the other side, ready, waiting for him to come across. I feel either hospice or hospital surroundings with this gentleman. So Shauna Foster, can you just confirm that you're still here for a start and whether you understand this gentleman? As I say, he's got problems swallowing. He's talking about cancer as well. I'm not saying it's cancer of the throat, but I know that that was the overriding issue for him prior to his passing. He's making me aware that there were people around him. His wife was there as he passed and holding his hand. Okay, and I'm aware of 2 children as well. Shauna, can you just comment, please, just so I know that you're still here, because I don't want to keep going with this link for you if you're not still here, my love. So just confirm you're still here and whether you understand this gentleman or not, because I know my link with the spirit is strong, and he is here, and he's wanting to work with me. But if you can't understand him, I do need to go find out where he is with. Okay. Right. Shauna's not commenting. Right. I'm going to ask him. John, he's giving me the name John. So John should link in around. And I want to go to April as well. And I want to go to around April. Can't be April the 47th, come on. April the 4th and April the 7th. So there's 2 different dates that he's giving me in April there. Okay. So Shauna, I haven't had any more comments from you, my love. So I'm going to open this up. Can anyone else take this gentleman? I know in the comments there was somebody else that understood a gentleman that passed in a hospice. Can you take the rest of this information, please? Just commenting, put through the comments. Sharing is caring. Mum and Dad married in April. That was Helen Smith. Helen, could you take the rest of the information about the gentleman passing? I'm asking more information about him. I feel that he would have carried a little bit of weight on him, and he would have felt quite uncomfortable in his body as well prior to his passing. So Helen, can you just confirm whether you could understand the rest of that information that I gave? Because if not, I'm going to have to ask this gentleman to stand to one side, because Sean has not got back to me. Janine, my dad died at home. My brother is John. It was more oh, my husband passed in hospital through choking. Melvin, would you understand the cancer as well, please? Because I feel that that he did mention cancer. Okay, so Helen Smith, no weight on him, so he's like a skeleton. No, that this is not this person that I've got here. Okay, so Melvin, can you just let me know whether you can take the rest of the information that I've given, please? The 2 April dates, and no, you have dementia and Parkinson's. No. Sorry. I'm just wondering whether it was Shawnee, and for whatever reason she disappeared. I don't want to go with anybody that could just take one bit of information, because he's here, he's giving me all of this information. I know this information is correct because he's just the flow of the energy that I've got is good. So if we're not understanding, if nobody is actually saying that they can take all the information, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask him to stand to one side, and hopefully when if Shauna sees this later, she'll be able to confirm it. She might have had a phone call or something. Okay, right. So Kim, your husband passed from, so that would make sense. Okay, and would you understand with him, prior to him getting poorly, he carried a little bit of weight on him, and would you understand where John fits in? About the 2 children, Kim, whether he was one of 2 children or that you've got 2 children, and about how he passed, in terms of him feeling quite scared, quite frightened, but just prior to the end, this relaxation, this okay with it, and his mum already been in spirit, and his mum, well, you wouldn't be aware necessarily, but his mum was there to welcome him to the spirit world. Kim, there we are. Yes, he put a belly on. I've got 2 children. He was one of 2. And Kim, would you, just for confirmation, yes, his mum in spirit, would you understand where the 4th of April and the 7th of April came in? Okay. Kim, he wants to hold your head like this and plant a great big kiss on you. Okay, fourth is your birthday, Kim. Okay, he's just so pleased to get to you. Okay, he just, oh, he's here. He's with you. Okay. He told you he'd come back. He told you he would. And he was determined to. Okay. And he's just so overjoyed that he's got that link, and that link is solid with you. Sorry, one of the dogs has just walked in. He's just so pleased that link has been made, and he'll always be with you. He will always be with you. And he's saying, remember the time that you thought you saw him? It was semi-dark, it was in dusk, and you thought you saw him. He was trying so hard to make his presence felt to you. And you'd gone all goose pimply, and so, oh, no. And you'd gone in and you'd lit a candle or something. And so you were full of tears because you just missed him so much. Okay. And he's just saying he was there. Okay. And there's something about turning a head on the pillow as well, as though you still turn his you still turn your head in the bed towards him, to face him in the bed, and imagine him in the bed, and he's saying he's lying there with you. Oh gosh, he's just making me so emotional. This is what I meant before. When they make me so emotional, because he is so emotional. So Kim, just take all of his love. He is there with you. He always, there we are. He always will be, for as long as you need him to be there for you. Okay, he wants you, of course, to get on with life, and he would never hold you back from life, because he loves you, and he's just there. Okay, but you've still got a lot of life to live, so much more life to live. Don't live in the past. Okay, the memories are there, he's there, and it's time to move on. Okay, and just so much love. All right, I'll leave you with that, Kim, and thank you so much for working with me. He's just such a character. I'm so pleased we find where we were in the end. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you. And he's talking, as I'm pulling away, he's talking about Tom there as well. Okay. Right. Need to break that, and just put your comments up, because I've forgotten so obviously who's here. No idea who's here. So just tell me if you're here, say hi, and I'll see who I'm drawn to next. Okay, so hi, Lisa Howard. Hi, Laura Merritt. I'm just going to run through the names actually, rather than trying to click them up. Hi, Nicola Green. Hi, Patty and Lee. Oh, that flicked away. Nicola Lemmy, Roy Taylor, Cheryl Flynn, Jeanette Major, Nicola Milligan. Sorry, love. For Nicola, you saying, may I have some guidance, please? I very much work on evidential mediumship, as you saw with the last reading. It's not to give you guidance. I'm not giving psychic readings, which I always feel when I do tarot cards, that's a psychic reading where I read your past, and from the current and from the past, you can pretty much tell things that will repeat themselves and give advice about the future. Okay, but that is very much a psychic reading, and I'm just doing the evidential where I'm bringing people to put this through for their loved ones. Okay, but thank you for being on here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to explain the difference between psychic and mediumship, because especially for people coming off the first time, they wouldn't know. Okay, so David Rex Swinfar, hello. Sharon, oh, I've lost that already. Isabel Cow, Beverly Boardman, Michelle Denise Cadgan, Lisa Howard, Nicola Lemmy, Michelle, Jennifer McCormack, Jennifer, where have you gone? You've disappeared already. Jennifer McCormack, can you just say hello again so I can find you? And I'll work with you, Jennifer. Jennifer, I know as I'm coming close to you that, hi, there you are. Right. Okay. Jennifer, I know you work with spirit yourself, because as soon as I come to you, I've got spirit children all running around you. Okay. And they're not necessarily children that you would have known on the earth plane, but they've got this wonderful spirit energy that I know when I'm talking to another person who has the ability to be a medium. Some will say everybody can be a medium, and there is an element of truth about that, but it's a lot of work, a lot of determination, and not everybody can get through all of that. Okay, so yes, you do. Thank you. Super. Thank you for the confirmation. Right. So let's right. I've got a lady in spirit who actually I feel was a medium herself. It's always good working with other mediums in spirit because they know how it works and they come in quite close, which is lovely. Okay, so I feel this lady actually worked with you in your spiritual development in one way or another, because I feel that she's quite big, okay, on the cuddly side. All right. Carried a bit of weight with her, as a lot of us mediums are. Pretty blunt, straightforward thinking, straightforward attitude as well. She wouldn't like to faff around, and she'd call it faffing around. What are you faffing around at? Give it straight, okay? And I feel that she would have passed with her heart condition, all right? And I feel that she would have passed quite quickly with that as well. Although she hadn't been well for some time, her passing wasn't imminently expected. And I feel that she would have passed at home, and she knew it was going to happen. She knew it was going to happen as well. She put everything in order. She even put a note out for the milkman. Okay. What was it? Was the passing recent? Jennifer, as you said, when you thought it was your old mentor, I feel very much that was it. That was her. Okay. She's not giving me how long ago that she passed. She's giving me the sense that she would have been a mentor type person in your life. Okay. I don't feel a close family connection, particularly with her. It was much more that getting things right and wanting to put you on the right track, that kind of thing. And as I'm saying that, she's saying that you haven't, you need putting back on the right track again. All right, that you felt a bit wibbly wobbly. And I feel this probably around your mediumship, because obviously that's what she's talking about. Oh, right. Okay. So, right, you lost your partner suddenly a few months back. Unfortunately, it's not your partner that I've got at the current time. Okay, Jennifer, it is this mentor, and she's wanting you back on track, and it's thought. Would you? And I shouldn't ask questions, but I'm getting the sense that with your partner passing, that you haven't felt close to spirit, and you've sensed your partner, but it seems he seems far away, and you're trying to pull him to you. And this is what she's telling you off for, because she says, you don't pull spirit to you, you let them come to you, and you trying to pull him in, it is causing a barrier there. This, she says, this, and you're trying to pull him in. Okay, so she's very much wanting you to be the one that senses him, and very much the one for that evidence. She's talking about December, but I'm not sure whether that's with her rather than your partner. But I do feel that there would have been a funeral in December. That's what she's giving me. Okay. And give yourself time to grieve as well. It's like you're actually building walls up around you at the moment, and you there seems as though there's a barrier to that grief somehow. And she's I won't remember dreams, and a few times I have felt we've been together in dreams. Oh, bless. So I've totally not understood what she was giving me with that about you pushing him away then. Right. Would you understand pushing the grief away then? Because there's this pushing away and the grief not being processed properly. Okay. And it's right. Thank you. She's saying about not accepting he's gone because his funeral is 16th of December. Because you're sensing him so close to you, it's almost like you're refusing to accept that he's passed from this physical world, and therefore you're not going through that grieving process. Okay, so allow that grieving process to have its natural course. Okay, it's not to say that you won't sense him and all the rest of it in the future, but there is this grieving that needs to happen. And you'd understand the dog in spirit as well. There's a medium-sized cocker spaniel sized dog, woolly, wiry, woolly, the really curly hair. Okay, and it yaps. My dog yaps, but this dog yaps as well. Okay, especially if it didn't like any. It didn't particularly like men either, did it? Okay. So whether this was her dog, because it's very much her that I'm talking to, or your dog, or your ex-partner's dog, I don't know. But I accept the dog as well. All right. So thank you for working with me, Jennifer. Here we are. Yes, German Shepherd Casey. We have her son. He's 9. Okay. So I'll leave you with that, and thank you so much for working with me, Jennifer. Okay, so if you want to put your comments in again, and I'll start reading through and saying hello and see who I'm drawn to this time. So Eleanor Sorora, Patty, Michelle, Denise Cadigan, Lisa Howard, Cody Janes, Shannon Palethorpe, Debbie Moore, Laura Merritt, Yvonne Hutton. Yes, Yvonne Hutton. If I could come to you, Yvonne. You've disappeared off my screen again. So if you could just say hi, Yvonne. I'm just checking you're still here after what happened to Shani. So Yvonne, if you could just say hi again, and then I can pin you and I know who I'm working with. Okay. Yep. Hi, it's you. Right, Yvonne. Okay. I can see straight away that you've got a gentleman's picture as your icon. And I do feel, he's saying, yes, it is me. Was this your dad, please? That it was him that was here. I mean, I can, in some ways it's difficult to read for you because I can get so much information from the picture, and in many ways I don't want to get any information from the picture, love, because okay, I'm just not going to look at the picture because it gives me too much. Right, I'm aware from your dad that he had cancer, love. Okay, and he was a bit of a worrier at times, and he would worry about everything and anything and everything. Okay, have you remembered to put the bins out? Not Dad, hubby. Oh, sorry, Yvonne. Okay, he'd be worried about whether you put your bins out, whether you'd remember to do your shopping list, whether have the lights been switched off. Did you remember to ring? And he'd be on this all the time, worrying and reminding you, has this been done? Has this been done? And he didn't need to, did he? Because you it was almost as though he was doing it for him, not you, but he thought he was doing it for you. And he recognizes that since he's passed, you've been just so organized that you've remembered to put the lights out, you've remembered to put the rubbish out, that you've remembered to pay the bills on time, and all of that kind of thing. There was, and he'd worry about it so much. Yvonne, if you can't take this with your husband, your picture, would you take this with your dad as well? Okay. Or was your husband like this? He'd done everything. Let's have a look. He'd done everything, and yes, I've learned to do it all. Right. So it is your hopes. But I feel he's saying dad as well. So I feel, right. Did you call him dad at times? Because I know with my husband, when I talk about my husband, sometimes I'll call him dad because of the kids, and I'm just stuck with this dad. He's not letting me move away. So would you call him dad at times, please? Even though obviously he's your husband, did you actually call him dad? And that would make sense of why he's brought that in. Okay. And he's talking about 3 children, so that could be either he's one of 3, or yeah, his son is also in, so we'd say dad. That would explain it. Okay. He's either one of 3, or you've got 3 children. Okay. And he's making me aware. Usually I get the symptoms early on, so I'm not sure whether this is, he's making me aware of him. Oh gosh, yeah, he's one of 3. He's giving me the sense of a lot of nausea, as though I'm going to be sick any minute. Okay, so either this is you, or no, it was him. It was him prior to his passing. He just felt an awful lot of nausea, and he's saying about a bit of confusion there as well, just prior to his passing. And he was really grateful for everything you did to help him out. Okay. Because he said you didn't have to. And of course, his wife, of course you had to, but he would have said, and this is the kind of person that he was, that he would say, you don't have to, you don't have to. But you just wanted to. And a real gentleman, it'd be really thoughtful. I know sometimes it tipped into worry, didn't it? But he was very thoughtful as well, and wanted things to be right for people, and wants things to be right for you. This is going to sound bizarre. Usually when spirit come into the house and they move things from being straight to unstraight. So the things, things would be wonky. Sorry. Things would be all lined up straight, like on the mantelpiece and stuff, and spirit will mess them around and make them wonky. Well, he's the opposite, because you've got everything straight, and you'll come downstairs and things have moved and they're at an angle, and why is that? So I know he's moving things. Okay, because they're at an angle, and he's also saying you would understand where there's a lot of anger as well. There's somebody holding on to a lot of anger. Is this just some place that's holding on to this anger, and it's, this anger is not being, it's unprocessed grief. Okay, and to help release that grief, I feel your son needs to grieve properly, and that will release the anger that he's feeling currently. Okay, he's angry with the world, he's angry with himself, he's angry with you at times, which Dad isn't too impressed with, but he understands. Okay, because it's not like him to be like that. It's not the person he is. Okay, so just a lot of love to both yourself and your son there, and thank you. So, oh, he's saying about daughter as well. Okay. Oh, I've lost where you said you'd said yes somewhere there. So thank you for that verification. I'll leave you with love, and thank you for working with me. Okay, so for those of you who kindly stop commenting because it's difficult to see the comments, you can start commenting again now because I can read them. Shannon Paythor, hi. Zoe Wareth, hello. Nicola, Joyce Dornan, Suzanne Richards, Nicola Lemmy, Michelle Coleman, and oh, I did see your comment there, Yvonne, where you said thank you. I just didn't click on it. Oh, hi, Pauline. Pauline's a fellow medium. She's wonderful. Sue Woodworth, Michelle Coleman, it was Mandy Lewis, Amy Mann, Zoe Wareth. Can I come to you, please? So can I just confirm that you are still here, please? Zoe and Zoe Wareth. Right. Zoe, can you just confirm you're still here? Yes, you are still here. Lovely. Okay. Isn't it? The lady that I've got in spirit is actually saying that you want advice rather than evidence. Okay, that really you're searching around for somebody to actually tell you what to do and help you sort of move on and get things going. Sorry, I don't do that. Not with my evidential mediumship readings, okay? And plus, it's your life. You've got to make the decisions, okay? So get hold of your life, make decisions for you, all right? This lady who's in spirit is a right battler. She's not backwards and coming forwards kind of thing, and she would have told you what to do kind of thing, and she would be used to giving guidance and advice, and but it's interesting because what she's saying is she would get fed up because people would want her to tell them what to do, but once she told them, they'd do their own kind of thing and then be funny with her because it didn't work out the way that they wanted it to, even though, you know, if you're going to follow somebody's advice, it's going to work out the way they want it to, not where you want it to, if you see what I mean. Interesting, that one, isn't it? So you've gone very quiet here, love. Are you still there? Am I making any sense at all with you? Or can you understand this lady anyway? I feel with this lady, grandmotherly in feeling, and just really okay, yeah, you are here. Is it making sense, Zoe? Okay, kind of important, isn't making sense. And the lady I've got here is putting a right chesty cough on me, okay, and but yeah, right, and a little bit. I do everything for everyone else. I've lost 6 people this year. Oh gosh, okay. Well, the lady that I've got, has got this terrible cough on her, okay, and would have passed through not being able to breathe properly. Oh, was it actually COVID that took her? I feel that she had other medical issues as well, and it's like this was the straw that brought the camel's back, and that she just really, oh, come on. No, all different things. My mother had chest infection and COPD. Right. So sorry for putting COVID on it, but yeah, you would understand the chest infection and the COPD, and that just dying through that breathing. Okay. And it's very much her that has this very, people ask her for advice, but what, your mum also died from COPD. Sorry, I'm hesitating here. Right, thank you. And it's because I've got the two coming in together. Okay, and I'm getting switched between their energies, and it's making me feel a bit, oh, okay. Right. And it's almost as though they're vying for attention with you. And I feel that there was a little bit of that on the earth plane, okay, where, yeah, it's your mum and all the rest of it, but actually there was time and respect for your mother-in-law as well, okay. And I get the sense from one of them, and I'm not sure which one, that they could be quite jealous, okay, and wanting to be the center of attention, okay. And you would understand somebody around you as well at the moment who is wanting to be the center of attention, and right, okay, I'm trying to fit this in with this grief as well that you're going through, okay. And it's almost like, again, you're not being allowed to grieve because somebody else is taking all of the attention and not allowing your grief to be able to be processed, because it's like you're having to support her. My mum would be jealous, but I had to nurse her. Okay. But you would also understand where is it your husband, your mother-in-law's son, that they're needing a lot of attention, and it's kind of taking away your ability to have your own grief, okay. And what she's wanting for you to have, allow you to own your own grief and have that grief that you need to go through that process, okay. And I know it hurts like hell, okay, but that hurt is a healing hurt, and you keep getting support that you need, talking to the people that you need, rather than just being there for everyone else, okay. And I will leave you with mum and mother-in-law's love, and thank you for working with me, Zoe, and I hope that helps, okay. Right, so Shannon, your baby boy was put to rest on the 12th of July. Okay. Shannon, right. Just know that your little lad is being looked after. He's been looked after with love. You'd understand teddy. Was there something about it, the colour of it, because it's normally a blue for boy, but I've got a lot of pink coming in there as well, unless that's just the pink of the love. But there's something about the colour of the teddy that he had with him, and just know that he's going to be around you all through your life. Okay. Babies, when they go to spirit, because of the bonds that has been created through that pregnancy, stay with us. That there's just a divine, absolute beautiful linkage between a baby and its mum. He had 2 white teddies. That's why I wasn't getting the blue, right? And he's saying he was all floppy, went all floppy. And that's when you knew he passed. He just flopped. Okay. And again, there's just so much emotion, but know that he is with you. He always will be with you. Your spirits are intertwined. Okay. He will be a source of strength for you throughout your life. And he'll just always be there for you. Okay. And I know that you are going through an incredibly painful time at this time. I can't imagine how much pain you're going through, but you will get through it. And you've got friends around you, you've got family around you. Don't push them away, love. Okay, you need them, and they are there for you. You found him sleeping. Okay, just know that you're loved. His time was always meant to be short, unfortunately. That was a decision that he made before he came to this earth plane, and the experiences that he had, you had, his dad, and everybody else around him. You will know. You've said you don't know how he passed, but you will know. And he's saying it'll just be something daft. Just don't blame yourself, okay? He's saying that they'll tell you it's something daft. And how can he pass from something so basic, something so simple? Okay, he's not saying what it was, just that you know, it's a simple thing. Okay. Okay. A lot of love, and don't forget to reach out for help when you need it. Talk to people. Just keep on talking. Find other people in the same position as you are and keep on talking. Okay. Thank you for working with me. Right. Who else we got? We've got Joyce Dornan, Dawn Rose, Beverly Boardman, Jennifer, I've been to you. Oh, Shannon, don't feel guilty, love. It was his time to go, and you gave him love, you gave him support, and it wasn't your fault why he passed, and it will not come back as anything that you did. It's something, just basic medical thing that just went wrong. Okay, so don't feel guilty. Okay. So Patty, Wendy, Lee, Carrie Bourne, Laura Merritt, Michelle Colborne, Michelle, Denise Cadogan, Nicole Lemmy. I presume Michelle is saying that for you, Shannon, that she's obviously had some My grandson brought his twin sister to a stage with her, then went to spirit. Okay. So she understands some of the feelings that you'll be going through. Okay. Jean Harmon, Patty Lee Minna, Kerry Bourne, Sue Woolworth, Joyce Dorman. I'm not seeing, I haven't got that poll yet. Let me scroll back. Because I feel that there's somebody sitting in the background, and I've got a gentleman here that wants to come through. I'm asking for a date, and then I'll give everybody the date, because I think you're sitting in the background and you're not saying anything. Okay. I know the name George links with this person. I'm not saying it's his name, but George, there will be a George around. That they will. This come on, give me a date. September. I want to go to September the 19th. Okay, so can somebody understand September the 19th as a relevant date, please? Because I've got a gentleman with me that wants me to work with you, and I don't feel that you've commented yet. So I need to have a confirmation that you can take the 19th of September and that you would understand a George linking. And I know it's vague, but if you can take those two pieces of information, actually say that, because I've got a couple of people saying George is related to me in spirit, and I've got a granddad called George. Great, but can you take the 19th of September? Because I know that George is quite a common name, so there'll be a few people that can take the George. So I want George and the 19th of September. So if you can take those two things, can you put? You can take Joyce. You can take a 19th. It's the 19th of September. Oh, here we are. Kerry Bourne, my dad's middle name was George, and him and Mum's anniversary is the 19th of September. There we are. There we are. Mind, I thought you'd been commenting, Kerry. I just hadn't had that pull. Right. Okay. You would understand with Dad being quite. I mean, again, you've got your picture, so I don't want to. I'm going to hide. Right. You would understand him having sinus problems, and he would be a terrible snorer. Okay, he would rattle a house down with his snoring. I feel that there would have been heart condition that he lived with for quite a long period of time, that he knew that there was a heart condition there, and he had to be careful with it. And I feel that there would have been possibly operations there as well to sort that out. Okay, Kerry, if you can just confirm that this would link in with your dad, please. In terms of his personality, Kerry, I feel, snoring and heart attack. Personality, I feel he was quite a upbeat gentleman, and he would try and really chivvy people along. Okay, and what you do is sitting there, come on, let's get you up and get you out. Okay, and it's like you've been sitting around too much, and he's wanting you to get up and out. Okay, life and soul of the party. Yes, yeah, very much him. But he did like to read as well. He didn't like to do nothing, so he'd be a good talker. spend a lot of time talking, but he'd also enjoy just some quiet time reading as well. And I feel that he would like history, reading about history. That um, that would be a particular interest of his, and Victorian. Okay. He would have been interested in Jack the Ripper and the Victorian, that kind of thing, and those kind of, not horror, but you know, or, vintage stuff and things like this. And he's saying that you've got the shared interest as well. Okay, that you like Victoriana kind of things, and the ghost hunts, the ghost walks and the ghost hunts and things like that. He very much, you like that, and it was something that he liked. I don't think your mum was impressed with them. It was um but him, he liked, he liked the history bit of it as much as the spiritual stuff. And he's saying in some ways he's glad he influenced you with this, because you've kind of found your way into spiritualism through that kind of interest. And he says it's great, it's absolutely brilliant. Okay. And your mediumship yourself, so you're obviously a medium as well. Your mediumship is coming on really good. And you need to practice more, okay? Because there's a sense of more energy coming through with you, and more linkages starting to come through with you, Carrie, there. So and I feel that you actually sense your dad helping you a lot with this, and brilliant. He'll help you as much as he can. Okay. And it's lovely that close relationship continues on with that link in your work with your mediumship. And it's like using how you sense him to develop how you sense other spirit coming in. Okay. And okay, I'll tell him. Right, what he's getting me to talk about is how my mediumship developed, because very much I sense my nana coming in when my nana passed when I was in my early 20s, and I used that understanding of how I sensed her to sense other spirit coming in. So when I sense spirit, it's a real close sensing of the person and the smells and the feelings that they had, because that's how close I understood and I knew my nana, and your dad inside out, and it's all of those feelings that you have for your dad, and the way that you sense your dad, that you will then be able to sense other spirit. Forget about the psychic stuff. Focus on this stuff. Okay, you can use the psychic stuff later, that's fine. Like your tarot cards and all the rest of it, yeah, use that. But if you want to develop your mediumship, develop that kind of element of it. Okay, so I'll leave you with that, and dad's love and dad's support. Well, I've gone over my time, folks. It's 8:05. Thank you so much for joining me. Before I go, there are readings on the 29th of this month. They're only £10 each with some very experienced mediums. And it's all in memory of a lady that was quite popular in the online spiritual community, Anne Cleland. And we're raising money for Macmillan. Okay. So if you would like a reading on Saturday, contact me and I'll give you all the details. Make sure it's me that you're contacting, not a scammer. Okay. You can soon find out that it is me. I've got lots of friends and I link into everything. So find me, talk to me, and we'll get you a reading set up for £10. With one of the lots of wonderful mediums that we've got volunteering their time for Macmillan. And finally, just a bit of advertising for me as well. I do a regular every single day list of all the online spiritualist events that are on every day, that from across the world. So if you're here from Canada, if you're here from America, you're here from Australia, there are events happening 24 hours a day, more or less, and they're on my list. So between 50 and I once got 100 events in a day, £5 a month, and you get one of those lists every single day of what's on that day. If you're interested in having that, get in contact with me afterwards. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I've had a lovely evening, and thank you so much for your time, and have a good day, week, and thank you.